Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Jeff again, and we're doing another oil change.
Mark is here too.
Yeah, on the Lamborghini LP550. This is, like I said, we did one video last year on it. I'm going to do another one. If you like, you can compare the two. I'm sure I'll mess something up, you know. So we're going to do the other one just to show some other people might be interested. Anyway, we're going to start off up here. We're going to take the cap loose. We've warmed the car up, so the car is warm. You definitely want to warm the car up before you do this so the oil flows out easier. So I'm going to loosen the cap up here and place it here. Pull the dipstick out a little bit so we can breathe. And then I'm going to loosen the cap up here. I'm not going to take it completely out yet. I'm going to let it drain.
The oil filter.
Yeah, the oil filter. And like I said, I'm not using a metric socket here. 1.25 inches works also. So we're going to break the cap loose for the oil filter. And then just let it drain there for a little while. And I don't want the oil to spew out everywhere. So we're going to let it just break it loose here and just let it sit on top of the filter. All right, it's loose. So now we're going to raise the car up and then take the under trays off and then get access to the plugs in it. So we're going to go ahead and raise the car and proceed on. All right, so we've got the car raised up now, and then we're going to go ahead and take the forward and aft under trays off to gain access to all the plugs in it. So these are all like T30 bits here. Right here, these are all T30. So there's numerous ones around. You're going to have to take these off up in here. This one here is a little different, so notate that. I know this one here is shorter, and also this one here is shorter. So all these have to come off. So we're going to go ahead and take those off, and we'll get back to you here in a second. All right, so we've got the trays off, like the forward and aft tray have to come off. Numerous screws. They're all pretty similar, except there's a couple oddballs in there. So, you know, pay attention where they go. So now we're ready to take these plugs out. Like before, this one is a plug. I believe this is a plug. Plug here. Plug here.
Hold on, yeah.
Right here on the side, this is a plug here. This is a plug here. Your tank here. And then we've got the plug back here for an oil cooler in front of the left wheel. So we're going to remove all those. So
show that oil cooler one again.
Okay, it's right here. If I shine my light up in there.
I'm trying to, there it is.
It's right here. So this has got to come out. It should be 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the side here. So all those plugs have to come out, and we're going to go ahead and take them out. All right. All right, we've removed some of the plugs. This one here is loose on the front. This was a 13.
Yes.
And then this one here was a Allen bit.
And I'm showing a, let's see if I can find the size on this thing.
And there's quite a bit of oil.
5.
It's a 5, and quite a bit of oil comes out of this. So it's a small plug, but a lot of oil. And then, like I said, the one on the side's probably a 5 also. We've got it loose. We can't really see it. It's right here under my finger. I'm not sure how much oil is going to come out of there. But on this bottom one, and there's quite a bit. Not much up here. You're probably going to get a lot on the tank, obviously, and the oil cooler. But we're going to go ahead and take the rest of them out. All right, this plug here is a T30. We're going to remove it. All right, quite a bit of oil that comes out of that plug also. So be prepared. All right, this here we removed already and drained it. This was a number 8 Allen. And then we're now going to tank back here, which is a number or 18 socket we're going to use on that. So that's an 18 millimeter socket right here. All right, we've removed the plug on the oil cooler radiator there. It's also an 18 millimeter socket. But one note that you may want to think about is that we had the car out here idling for 15 minutes or so, but it wasn't enough temperature to heat up the oil cooler. So it must be like a thermostatic bypass that opens and closes on that. So really, to heat that up, you're probably going to have to take it for a drive and to get that to open up and get oil circulating through there. So just a note, because it would probably drain better. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and let that drain, put the plug back in, and torque all of them back up. So we're going to proceed on. All right, so we've got all our plugs in. We've torqued them up. This plug here and this one here is 120 inch-pounds. This small plug here and the one on the side and the one in the back here is around 100 inch-pounds. And the plug on the tank and the oil cooler is around, what was that? 29 foot-pounds. So kind of be careful with those. We tried to torque them to 29. They felt like
a little heavy.
A little heavy. So be careful. Don't go crazy with them. If it feels like it's going to, more than what it needs, don't force it. So anyway, we've got all the plugs back in. We're going to go ahead and put the under trays back on, and then lower the car. So and change the filter and fill it up. So we're going to go ahead and put the trays on now. All right, so we've got the under trays back on. Had a little issue with lining this up. So make sure when you tuck this in there, there are like little fingers here that have to be on the outside. And then make sure your cables here for your brakes are in the groove. That'll keep you from installing this tray correctly.
Yeah, this groove here.
Yeah, this groove here. Just make sure this cable's sitting in there nicely. So we've got the under trays on. Everything's torqued. So we're going to lower it right now and put a new filter in it and service it with oil. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right, so like I said, we've got the cart back down on the ground, and then this is the oil. We're going to use the Castrol LP550-2. So it meets the Volkswagen spec. So we've got a Wix filter here. I know it's not the Lamborghini filter, but I'm using the Wix. It's all personal preference, in my opinion, on that. If you want to buy a Lamborghini filter, buy the Lamborghini filter. But this is probably the third of the cost. It's a high quality filter. Wix are known for making good high quality filters. It's 57-300 or 330. Comes with an O-ring, and here's your filter inside there. So make sure the O-rings are installed. Like, well, here's one here, and then this goes on the cap. So we're going to go ahead and remove the cap at this point and change that out. So yeah, don't forget to lube your O-rings up also before you install it. And we had this drain, we loosened it earlier. So I'm going to pull it out. It should be hopefully not dripping too much. So there's your filter there. And I believe I used the Wix last year. You want to look it over, make sure there's no particles in it. I'm going to pull it out of here. And then we're going to change the O-ring here. So I'm going to go over here and do that. All right, so we've added the oil to it. We've got like 8.25 with 8 1/4. Our dipstick is showing, let me get my finger out of there. It's right here, and then there's your line for do not fill over. But we let it run for a couple minutes. And probably need to drive it actually to get a true reading, to get it really hot. So we're kind of running it low a little bit because we don't want to over service it, because it's easier to put more in than not, than take out. So I'm good with that for right now. I'll take it for a drive. But other than that, I think this is complete. We leak checked your oil filter up there. It looks nice and dry. So other than that, this completes the oil change on the LP550. So anyway, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. And we have some more videos coming up here in the next month or so. We've got a 360 coming in for a big service. So anyway, and then we got some updates I'm going to do on my Gallardo too, but that'll be a separate video. But anyway, thanks for following, and Mark and I will see you next time.